Jason, we talked a lot of your teammates so far about tempo this week.
Yeah.
How do you think you guys have been doing with it in practice, and what are some of the challenges when you're
I
working
mean,
with
we've been doing pretty good with it. I would say, in practice we try to make sure that it's always going to be tougher than it'll be in the game. So I think we over-exaggerate, things like that, things that we think we need to focus on, so that when the game comes around, it kind of comes easier. So it's tough, and the practice has been hard this week trying to deal with that. But in terms of the problems that come with that, obviously it's conditioning, having poise, being composed, when they're going fast, getting the calls in quick and getting it communicated, before they snap the ball. All those things are kind of challenges that go along with the tempo there.
Jason, as one of the senior members of the defense, how proud are you of Sharif Miller's start?
Oh, I mean, he's done an incredible job. All this past offseason, he was saying, he's gonna have a heck of a year, and he's been working really hard towards that. And I think, you're seeing that on the field right now. He's kind of coming into his own and becoming a force off the edge there.
Is there any defensive end that you've seen or scouted or anything that Sharif reminds you of?
Not really. Not really that I can think of, to be honest, off the top of my head. But he's a really good player. I mean, his speed off the edge and his capability in the run game as well. And when he turns and runs to the ball, I mean, he gets to a lot of plays. So he's a big playmaker for us.
Is Sean Clifford scout teaming for you guys? And if so, what sort of looks? And tell us what he's like in that role.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he does a really, really good job for us. I mean, he throws a really good ball. He has some deceptive speed as well. So he's able to come in and kind of mirror a lot of the quarterbacks that we'll face in terms of being able to run it a bit and also being able to throw the ball and really make any throw on the field. Really impressed with him, what he's been able to do so far.
I think Coach Franklin said they were a little bit surprised by how mobile he is.
Yeah,
how
yeah.
much of a weapon is that for him?
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of taken back too. I watched his high school film. I obviously knew he ran a bit, but I think he's definitely faster and more agile than a lot of people think.
Jason, this might be obvious, but how is defense different when you guys are faster than everyone rather than bigger than everyone?
I mean, it's a lot easier to squeeze the air out of things. And nowadays, a lot of your runs or plays are to the outside, out to the perimeter. And now we have the speed to get out there. A lot of offenses aren't really running that. Run the ball down your throat, up the middle, full back, all that stuff. It's kind of a lot of offenses are going away from that. So right now, having the speed that we can have and having guys who can not only cover but also play well in the run game, the perimeter game is an advantage.
Do you feel like you guys are faster than you've been in the past
Oh yeah,
few years?
100%, no doubt about it, absolutely.
Jason, how's swing coverage change against a quarterback like Lego with the arm strength he has, like as far as going in the zone and things like that?
It just means you got to be tighter in your coverage. He's a guy who can really make any throw. You saw he had a heck of a game against Ohio State. I mean, even against us last year, I think he put up 300 plus yards passing. So, he's a guy who, in coverage, we're going to have to really, squeeze guys and be on top of guys and make sure, guys aren't getting open and he doesn't have any throwing lanes. So it's going to be a tough challenge.
We've heard a lot about the throwback uniforms so far this week.
Yeah.
And the white cleats, especially. So, is that the thing you're most excited about?
Yeah, definitely. The white cleats look really sick. The uniform in general is really cool. I'm happy that we're able to do it this year. Nice switch up. I know some Penn State fans get a little hectic about change, but I think it's good. It's a good thing, especially if we can do it maybe once a year. So I'm excited for it.
James said it helps break up kind of the monotony of the season too. You get
Yeah.
the first third and have these kind of reports. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. When they first unveiled the uniforms, we had Josh kind of be the model for it, and he came into the team room. I think everybody went crazy. It was pretty cool. But seeing the white cleats, obviously, that's a big highlight. Everybody's talking about it. You look faster in white cleats, and with the stripe on the pants. I mean, a lot of it is pretty cool. So we're excited for it for sure.
You mentioned Penn State fans, and obviously we talked with James yesterday about Lamont and his video. I know you're very in tune to that, what's going on in the world around you. What are your thoughts kind of on what Lamont did and then the reaction that you've maybe seen or haven't seen?
To me, I pay more attention to kind of what he did necessarily than the reaction, because everybody's going to have their opinion on things. I think the important thing is the fact that we're a part of a team where we're allowed to express our opinions. We're allowed to express our opinions. As teammates, we're good teammates, and we respect everyone's opinions and how everyone feels about issues, because these aren't just black and white issues. There's a lot of gray area, and it's not everything is just right and wrong. So it's tough. Everybody came from different backgrounds, different perspectives. Everybody thinks about things differently, and I think the best thing about it is everyone respects everyone's opinions and how everyone deals and feels about things. So I think that's the most important part.
And is that something, I mean, when you got here, I know because Coach Franklin really emphasizes that and talks to you guys about it. I mean, is it like that when you got here, or do you think you guys are more kind of open and inclusive at this point?
I would say, I wouldn't necessarily say it wasn't like that when we got here. I just think there's just a whole lot more going on right now than there ever has really in the world in general. I think it has more to do with that than necessarily how things have been in the locker room or something like that. So there's just a lot going on right now. It's a lot going on everywhere, everywhere in the world. And, it's a lot to take in. A lot of people's families and stuff are being, affected by those things. So it's good to stay aware and kind of, have your opinions on it and so forth and so on.
Jason, I know last year you played Indiana after Iowa. You're doing the same now. How much, if at all, is it the fact that you went from playing a kind of a plodding offense to now one that wants to just go, go, go? How much of a factor is that, if at all?
Well, I think the good thing about it is the fact that our offense runs similar, heavy 11 personnel and a lot of speed, a lot of tempo, quick offense, big play offense. So we're used to it in the sense that we go up against it in practice every day. So I think that really plays into our hand in a sense. And in terms of the factor, it's just really about handling the tempo. I think that's really going to be the biggest thing. Having composure, handling the tempo, getting our calls, and staying composed. All those things are going to be major factors.
Jason, 1:42 on the clock on Saturday night. Ball's out of your control at that point. You and the rest of the defensive players are standing there. What are the conversations you're having, if any, and what are you guys doing to at least try to keep the good vibes at home?
To me, it's just getting everybody up. Nobody sitting down. Everybody get up. Support your teammates. Support the offense. I got up and I was just praying. To be honest, really all we could do at that point in time. And we knew we weren't going back on the field, so it was hard. It was obviously nerve-wracking. I know as a lot of fans were having high blood pressure and whatnot. So I'm just glad we pulled it out. But it's not really to any surprise. I mean, Tracy's a winner. We got a bunch of guys who are really talented on the offensive side of the ball. A ton of weapons. Juwan, that moment's been coming for him. So we knew when it came his way, he'd catch it. So there was really no surprise there.
Jason, how would you assess your performance the full games?
Me personally, or
yeah,
the
you personally.
I would say I've been doing okay so far. I think I can be better. I think we all can. You go into film on Sundays and you point out the plays that maybe you could have made, or maybe if you got a better read here and there. But as right now, I don't want to necessarily be doing too much or do stuff that's out of the framework of the defense. But there's no doubt I can be better. And I think I've been improving each game. So that's kind of what I work towards. That's what everyone works towards. Just improve each game. No matter how you're doing, just get better each week.
Time for 2 more.
At this point, obviously with John Reed, we've seen him kind of, helping guys out on the sideline.
Yeah.
What impact has he had just from kind of your vantage point with helping this defense out?
The best thing about John Reed is he's a guy he's not even really out here and practicing with us necessarily, but he's texting guys and he's watching film. That's a guy who's not even out there, and he's watching film every single day and texting me and say, hey, you could have done this. Texting the corner and say, hey, or special team. He watches every single clip. That's a guy who's really a student of the game. So really happy that he's able to do that for us. And then obviously, on the sidelines with us on game days, helping us out from eyes, all those kind of things, seeing things, helping guys out. He's really made sure he's there for us. So I think we're really happy the fact that he's kind of taking on a role for us instead of kind of just sitting back and doing nothing, which he easily could have done.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.